Hey Paul, how's it going?
Hey Damon, good, good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I got the spreadsheet list you sent me. I'm trying to open it and it needs to give me permission.
Okay, let me see
One
what's going
sec.
on.
Oh, all right, I got it now. It was making me sign in to Google. Real quick, what we're gonna do today, and I'll start sharing my screen a little bit. Here, let's go to desktop two. All right. So I've got the spreadsheet that you sent me up on another screen, and this is our import template screen page. You find it in the Help Center. Basically, anytime you need to bulk update or bulk import, assembly import information, contacts, orders, receipts, whatever it might be, this page has like the newest version of whatever is speaking with Extensive. And so once you click on this item import template, which is what we're going to do today, it'll download like a blank version once it opens here.
This is on the extensive website, right?
Yeah, we have like a help center where you can access it from. Oh, there we go. Open another screen. All right. So right here is our item import template. So the way that we kind of have this worked out in the system, if we're going to import or sorry, just add items,
Hmm.
and I go here. If I go to items and I just go to this page here, it separates all of our items out based on like the actual customer. So it looks like you guys created this one. So if I was to create an item for them, I'm just going to give it a SKU name and a description. That's all that's required on this first screen. These are our different track buys, right? Serial number, expiration date, lot number. And then we're going to specify how we receive this item, right? Are these eaches inside of cartons? Are these cartons on pallets? What is the item coming in as? And what is it leaving as? And we just want to make sure that we have the right units so that we can put it on an order. And we can also track it throughout the warehouse. So when we have like a big list of SKUs rather than doing that one by one, right? Sometimes you might have a customer with 2,000, 3,000 SKUs. Then
Hmm.
you might have some that have four or five. So when we're looking at like a big like amount of SKUs, we just like to import it here. And so it's going to basically fill out all those fields on that create item field or create item area. And we're just basically going to tell the system what we want them to create. And each row is going to be its own SKU. And then each of these columns is going to be an option regarding that SKU. So if I open up this, take a look. This looks like kind of an inventory report for P&L. Is that right?
Hmm.
Okay, so we've got this is the item number.
It's more of the item, like I guess you could say the description.
Okay. And then this would be, is this the item number right here?
That would be the container numbers. So when we get them in, it would be like we got in that first row, that would have like 26 pallets in that container number.
Gotcha. Okay, so we've got pallets sitting inside containers.
Hmm.
And this is our status, is it in or out? So yeah, what does GSM stand for?
That's just kind of like how much space it takes up.
Okay. All right, then we have our PO number. So this would be like a good thing to create or to use for like if I was going to import a bunch of receipts and bring this inventory in, I
Mhm.
could use the same report. So we'll use the same report again in probably like 2 or 3 weeks. But today, what we're going to do is just set up each of these items individually. So look like the item is gloss. do these, and this is the SKU number. Ah, there we go. So what we're gonna do real quick is we're just gonna create these. How many are? Is that like two different SKUs here?
Mhm.
Okay. So even though if I was just gonna create two SKUs, I would just probably create them. But I want to demonstrate how we do this. So what we do is we just take the SKU number for each of the SKUs that we're going to bring in and the SKU description. And here, I'm going to just drag this to my other screen. And then we could also have a secondary description if we need one. We can have a minimum that we want to keep on hand and a max we want on hand just for reference. Our reorder quantity, our inventory method. If we leave this blank, it's going to default to first in, first out.
Mhm.
And then on these, are we tracking lot numbers or expiration dates or serials or anything?
No.
All right. So what we do is we actually just put false. And the primary unit of measure is the smallest piece. So it looks like we have pieces. So 26 pallets is the smallest unit of measure a pallet for these.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would probably do in that case is just say pallet, packaging unit is going to be pallet, packing unit of measure is going to be one because we have one pallet packaged inside a pallet. So the dims of these are 28 by 40 by 36. And the weight is 41012 divided by 26. 41012.17 divided by 26, which means each of these pallets is about 1,500 pounds. Is that about right?
Mhm.
And then a qualifier, this is like, I think I've talked about this a little bit on the last call. Usually I only see qualifiers used in like apparel, right? Say you're receiving a bunch of hoodies that have the same SKU number.
Mhm.
They're all black hoodies with the same SKU. And so you want to delineate between small, medium, and large. You can add a qualifier. It's just like another way to track a SKU with the same number.
Okay.
So lot number required. We're going to keep these all false as well. Expiration date required. So the first question is like, are we tracking these? The second question is it required? And then you'll just kind of go through total quantity, unit type. You can leave those. So that's how many pallets are on a pallet. So I'll put total quantity is going to be one. These are going to default to pallet. And then I'm going to do basically the same exact thing with this other SKU, which is ends in 848. And then um, the description. And then I'm pretty much just going to copy most of this except for probably the weights and the dimensions. Confirm those. So these are also just pallets on pallets, right?
Mhm.
All right, great. So then when we get to here, it's oh, this is 28 by 40 by 40. 40. And then the weight is 41559 divided by 32. So 1298 for the weight here. I'm gonna put 1299 to round up. And then all the rest of these, I'm actually just gonna copy down. All right. So in theory, we'd have a much larger template here. But what we'll do is we'll just go through those steps of importing this. It's pretty simple.
Mhm.
So basically what you do is you take this second page here is going to have instructions and it'll tell you to fill out each column with item specific info. It just should say the columns with pink headers, but the column with pink headers are required. Columns with white headers are optional, and then they'll just default to specific things. So like I left inventory method blank, that'll default to first in, first out. And
Mhm.
then what we'll do is it says we're going to delete the headers like this. And then after we've done that, we're going to save it as a tab delimited text, P&L import. I'm going to save it as a TXT file. Save. Okay. Yes. All right. So is this a different, is this is for this customer, right?
Yeah.
Cook paper. Okay, great. So what we'll do is we'll open up items. You go to import items, select that customer that you're doing it for. And the nice thing is if you have some SKUs set up, the system will just skip over those SKUs if for whatever reason there's a duplicate.
Mhm.
So it'll give you a quick preview here showing you the SKU number, the description, whether or not it exists. And then this down here will also show you more of that info. So it's going to be a pallet on a pallet. That's going to be the dimensions, the weight, all the track buys. So once you've previewed it, it looks good. You just click create items. And if you get this message, that means it worked. I always just refresh, go to items, manage items, and we have it.
Nice.
So then we go to units of measure, pallet on a pallet, and then this automation right here is going to show us that. So you receive 32 pallets, it's going to make 32 movable unit labels for them. Um, so is this live inventory at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've got bad allergies this morning. Okay, so how many other customers do you guys have that you're like moving things in for in and out that we should set up items for?
Uh, we have 4 clients right now.
Okay, perfect. So
Or more.
what we can do is maybe some homework is have you kind of go through and do a similar thing. I can email this
Mhm.
page to you. What's your email? For some reason, I've got
Paul.kim@jamesworldwide.com.
Paul.Kim. Yeah, I've got that. Why is it not? Import. So maybe on our next call, what we'll do is kind of the same process.
Mhm.
And we'll see if you can like prepare a couple, maybe one or two of the clients with their item lists, and then we can try to get their items imported. The sooner that we get the items kind of all squared away, then we can plan our go live date when we want to actually bring in live inventory.
Mhm.
You guys do the cutover. But with just 4 clients, usually this is one that we can go live pretty easily with.
Mhm.
Okay, so the other kind of piece to keep in mind when we're doing items is we can also do assemblies. We haven't covered assemblies right now. And are you guys doing any sort of kitting at all for your customers?
Uh, Rarely.
Okay, so if you do though, what you will do is you'll bring in the pieces that make the finished goods. So say these two were components and you created a new SKU. What you can do is you can add the assembly, like in this assembly tab, you can add these items that make the finished goods. So maybe it's 2 of these and 1 of these. You can basically create like a bill of materials inside of the item setup, and then you can manage those assemblies over here with manage assemblies. You create it, and then that's the process of essentially turning components into finished goods. It'll deduct however much, however many components it took to create the amount of finished goods that you did. It'll automatically deduct those from inventory and convert them to the actual SKU that's going to be shipped out to the customer. So I won't spend too much time on that if it's not something you're commonly doing.
Mhm.
But if you do have questions on it, you can let me know.
Okay.
So that's basically what we'll cover today. It's pretty straightforward. So on the next call, if you wanted to have a couple of those item lists ready and try to put them in, and then I can into the spreadsheet on that page I sent you.
Mhm.
Basically, what we'll do is we'll just check your work. I'll have you import them so you can get like the muscle memory of that. And then if it fails, it's just part of the learning process. Any questions for me?
No?
All right. Well, we're kind of cruising through. There's not a whole lot of It's pretty straightforward setup, so things have been pretty easy
Yeah.
so far. So that's great. If you have questions, though, feel free to reach out.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. Otherwise, you got 30 free minutes. It looks like you're on your calendar that you're busy. So,
Yeah.
all
Appreciate it, Damon.
right, man. See you. Bye.
All right.